I looked out my window at noon. A family of 4 was in my driveway. They were dragging suitcases. They walked right up to the massive RV parked on my lawn. The dad looked at his phone. "This is the place," he said. "The luxury glamping experience." He punched a code into the door. The RV door opened. They walked inside Dave's RV. 5 minutes later, Dave came home. He saw strangers in his precious vehicle. He saw the lights on inside. He ran across the lawn screaming, "Hey, get out of there! Who are you people?" The tourist dad stepped out. "We rented this on Airbnb," he said. "We paid $300 a night. Talk to the host, Maya." Dave looked at me. I was standing on my porch holding a cup of tea. "You rented my RV?" he choked. "It's not your RV anymore, Dave," I smiled. "It's abandoned property, and business is booming." Let's rewind 30 days. Dave bought this monstrosity last month. It cost $100,000. But Dave is cheap. He didn't want to pay for storage, and his driveway was too small, so he parked it on my grass, 3 feet over the property line. I knocked on his door politely. "Dave, you can't park there," I said. "It's killing my grass, and it blocks my view." Dave laughed in my face. "Relax, Maya," he said. "It fits perfectly there. You aren't using that space anyway. Be a good neighbor. I'll move it when I feel like it." I told him to move it immediately. He slammed the door. "I called the police. It's a civil matter," they said. "We can't tow off private property." I called the tow truck. "We need the title holder's permission." I was stuck. Dave knew this. He smirked at me every morning. He watched the RV on my land. He treated my yard like his garage. So I started reading the law. I looked up abandoned vehicles. In my county, the law is clear. Any vehicle left on private property without a rental contract for more than 30 continuous days is considered abandoned property. The landowner may claim ownership. I checked the calendar. It had been 29 days. I just had to wait 1 more night. Day 30 came and went. Dave didn't move it. On the morning of day 31, I walked to the DMV. I filled out the abandoned vehicle title application. I showed them the photos. I showed them the time-stamped logs. They issued me a provisional title. Legally, the RV was now mine. I called a locksmith immediately. "I lost the keys to my RV," I said. "Can you rekey the door?" He came out and changed the locks. I went inside. It was nicer than my house. Leather seats, flat-screen TV. It was perfect for a side hustle. I took beautiful photos. I created an Airbnb listing, luxury RV glamping, spacious yard, quiet neighborhood, $300 a night. It got booked instantly for the entire weekend. That brings us back to the confrontation. Dave was screaming at the tourists, "Get out! I'm calling the police!" The police arrived 10 minutes later. Dave ran up to them. "She stole my RV," he yelled. "She broke in and rented it out." The officer looked at me. "Ma'am, is this true?" I handed him the provisional title and the copy of the abandonment law. He abandoned this vehicle on my land for 31 days. It legally belongs to me now. I am renting out my property. The officer read the paperwork. He looked at Dave. "Sir, did you park on her land?" "Yes, but," Dave stammered. "For more than 30 days?" "Well, maybe, but—" "Then it's her RV," the officer said. "Stop harassing her tenants, or I will arrest you for disturbing the peace." Dave watched in horror as the tourists went back inside and closed the door. He lost $100,000 because he was too cheap to pay for storage. I made $900 that weekend. I rented it for 3 months. Then I sold it for $80,000, and I built a nice fence right on the property line. Dave moved away shortly after. I guess he couldn't handle the view. If you enjoyed this property takeover, you will love the next story. My wedding planner stole $10,000 from me. She disappeared a week before the wedding, so I crashed her next event. Click the video on screen now to see her face when the police arrived.